If you're holding FLR or wondering whether to buy the dip, this video will make your mind up. While everyone's been waiting for the Bitcoin 4-year cycle to save their altcoins, I discovered what's really controlling the market, and it's not what you think. Today, I'll reveal the two catalysts that could send FLR parabolic, my mathematical price targets, and the exact support level where I'm either buying heavy or cutting my losses. So, FLR to a millionaire in 2026. Is it possible? Stay till the end for my complete trading plan with specific buy and sell prices. First, a quick message. If you're not subscribed to the channel, guys, but you're interested in this kind of content, then please subscribe. It would help me and the team a lot. Thank you. This is not a financial advice. Always do your own research. All right, let's dive into the chart directly and see how FLR has been doing since I first examined it. 2025 has not been the best year for the token, as we can see. And I made my first video on FLR, which you can watch from the link in the description, at about $0.014, and now the price is down over 20% and it took out the low from 2025. But broadly speaking, this past year has not been the best if you held any altcoin in general. And there is a reason why we haven't seen an altcoin season yet. According to the Bitcoin 4-year cycle, 2025 should have been a great year, but it ended in the red for Bitcoin as well. Why that was, contrary to everyone's expectations, we will cover later in the price prediction segment, so stick around. Before we get to it, I want us to focus on the fundamentals. While the price might not be looking good, the ecosystem is growing, which is a very good sign. This can be seen through the total value locked. In 2025, the TVL grew strongly and went from $27 million to over $200 million, growth of almost 7.5x. Another bullish thing is, over 40 million XRP has been bridged to FLR, and more than $120 million worth of FXRP was minted, once Teucrium filed for an ETF to SEC. As someone who's been in the industry for years, I interpret that as a pretty serious vote of confidence from XRP holders. Seeing this ecosystem growth is positive, because when we start seeing glimpses of that mythical alt season, FLR will be nicely set up for that supercycle bull run. Okay, this is a great project with great fundamentals, but let's do some technical analysis to see where we can expect the price to go in 2026. On the weekly time frame, we can spot that the price is in a downtrend. The price action is forming lower lows and lower highs. We can also see that on the daily time frame as well. Consistent downtrend making lower lows and lower highs, and also a rejection from a previous resistance. So this signals that it's highly likely that we can expect another lower low in the coming weeks, and the price can easily hit that big green box, which is a key support. Here we would want to go and see some strength in the price action, otherwise we can make a new all-time low, and that's something we would not want to see. But if we get a rejection from that support, the upside looks great. Now we saw that FLR didn't have the best year, and we also saw Bitcoin had a red year too. That ultimately proved that the 4-year Bitcoin cycle is broken. So what is moving the market if it's not the 4-year Bitcoin cycle? Well, the crypto market follows the business cycle. This can be seen on the PMI chart. PMI is the number that shows whether businesses are mostly growing or slowing down, based on how much stuff they're making, buying and selling. And when PMI is above 50, it's observed that it's a good time to hold riskier assets like altcoins. Yet, as you can see, we have been mostly below that key level for almost 3 years, except that one time at the end of 2024. So let's see how FLR performed during that period. Well, it went parabolic. Growth over 200% in less than a month. After that, the price has been mostly trending downwards as the PMI went below 50. Imagine what is going to happen to FLR if we get this indicator above 50 mark again, and for a longer period at that. So what is needed for this token to start bumping again and retire us as millionaires? Well, there are two huge factors that also happen to be interconnected, linked. We glanced at the first already, and that is the PMI index reaching above 50. The second major contributor is something we haven't talked about, however. It's the Fed going in quantitative easing mode. This means that money printer gets turned on to stimulate the economy. And then we'll have our bullish scenario for the altcoins and FLR to play out. Let me remind you that the last time we had a quantitative easing was after COVID. It started on March 15, 2020 and ended in 2022. And altcoins had quite the performance within that period. So let's take a look. There you have it. It was only up for every altcoin. So whatever token you bought here, you must have made money on. Well, I expect a similar scenario to play out when Trump actually changes the Fed chair this year. Now let's put some concrete numbers to our predictions and explore what the 2026 horizon for FLR is, if these two catalysts go in full force this year. Put shortly, that is going to be very bullish for the token. But to do the price math, we will have to answer two questions first. One, how high can the crypto total market cap go? And two, what portion will FLR get from that pie? So, the total market cap was growing even in 2025 with a tightening economy. It grew 80% from its low to its high. Imagine if we get QE this year. We can expect the market cap to at least triple by December. Don't forget, throughout the previous QE period, the total market cap grew over 20 times. With that in mind, the market cap today is $3 trillion. If it triples, that would bring the total crypto market cap to $9 trillion. But I will approach this with a healthy dose of skepticism and take $7 trillion as a conservative but realistic target. Now we need to look at the FLR market dominance. We can see that the highest dominance has been at almost 0.1% of the total market cap. You know my insistence on being prepared for different scenarios, so we will run two hypotheses here. Hypothesis A, we will take the 0.1% in the calculations. Now, 0.1% of the $7 trillion will give us a $7 billion market cap for FLR. In this case, the price will reach $0.085, and that will give us a bit over 7 times return on our investment from here. But again, as I mentioned, the probability that the price drops lower in the coming weeks before we start going higher is pretty significant. Before we get to my next, more exciting hypothesis, I want to tell you about the opportunity that CoinEx is giving my viewers. $25 bonus if you sign up to their platform from the link in the description. CoinEx is one of the trusted exchanges that I personally use because they have been around for almost 10 years. They offer trading of over 1,000 tokens on spot and leverage, including FLR. The platform is very easy to use, so go register for CoinEx from the link in the description below, get trading, and get that $25 for free now. In hypothesis B now, FLR takes a bigger piece of the pie and goes to 0.2% market dominance. The price doubles from the previous hypothesis and reaches 17 cents. That would be a great bull run for FLR with a new all-time high. Guys, this was the price prediction if we got a quantitative easing and the PMI went above 50. But what if either or both of these factors don't materialize? Well, then the price of FLR will continue to drop even further, and I fear a new all-time low this year. The token could drop 30 to 40% from here easily and end up around 0.007. Not exactly who we expected as the new bond, right? So, in the final analysis, will we see that 39x that I mentioned in my previous video on FLR? To be honest, it's not impossible, but the probability is a bit low. It's rather for the long-term vision and for the patient ones. But ultimately, here's my plan. I will be watching the PMI monthly. If it breaks 50 and stays above, I'm buying FLR at any dip below 1 cent. My quick targets are as follow. Sell 30% at 3.5 cents, 50% at 8.5 cents, and let the rest run to 17 cents. But I'm ready to cut losses too, if it breaks the green support box. So, what's your prediction, guys? Comment below your FLR price target, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more price predictions. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.